The 387th day of the Sex Offender Administration. A gunman killed 7 people at a British Columbia secondary school on Tuesday, while another 2 people were found dead at a separate location believed to be connected to the school shooting. The shooter was also found dead, apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Up till now, Canada has had only 11 school shooting-related deaths in its history. The U.S. has had that on any day ending in Y. As in, why won't we do anything about this? Democratic Representative Ro Khanna took to the House floor on Tuesday to read out the names of 6 wealthy, powerful men that the Justice Department had initially blacked out in the files on the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The 6 men include billionaire Leslie Wexner, who led the parent company of Victoria's Secrets and hired Epstein to manage his money, and Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the CEO of Dubai-based logistics firm DB World. He also listed out 4 less well-known people: Salvatore Nara, Zurab Mikoladze, Leonik Leonev, and Nicola Caputo. The 6 men are part of the Epstein sampler just in time for Valentine's Day. The Trump administration removed a rainbow flag at the Stonewall National Monument, angering activists who see the change as a symbolic swipe at the country's first national monument to LGBTQ+ history. The Trump administration said they're not anti-gay, they're anti-gay rights. Republican Dr. Jeff Johnson suspended his campaign to become Minnesota's governor after his 22-year-old daughter, Hallie Marie Tobler, was stabbed to death on Friday night. Johnson will resume his campaign if his daughter's death gets him enough sympathy votes to win his primary. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for February 11th, 2026, the 387th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Push buttons all the time.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Are we live or not?
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. Wait. No laughing. No laughing. I don't know. Whoa. What's going on over there? Jesus. Connect, reconnect. I'm sorry. I'm just, it's me. Oh, it's my fault. Shouldn't blame it on that. Good morning. It is, I hate when I don't know what day it is. It feels like probably midweek somewhere. It's Wednesday? Yes. Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Anybody have any idea what's going on in El Paso? Listen, the news comes on and buttons start going and things stuff later. We're not connected to Kick. Like, oh, we need our bots. I'm working on getting connected to Kick, and then Facebook. Oh, well, we're not connected to Facebook. Oh, we need our whatever trolls. So I didn't listen to the news, and maybe the Rev didn't know anyway, because it seemed like it was a late breaking thing where airports are shut down. No air traffic in or out of El Paso for the next 10 days. Nobody's saying why. There's a lot of conspiracy theories now going. There's movies about this where, what is the movie that like the big coup in the United States starts at a base in El Paso? Some people they're saying, "Oh, we're going to invade Mexico today." I don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know what the hell's going on. This is just the weirdest time to be alive. Like for most of my life, which is a long time, there was crazy shit going on, but not like this. This is just it's insanity. We live in a gigantic, insane asylum on the North American continent, and it's just too much. I can't. Anyway, Liberty DeVito is scheduled to be our guest today. I hope he's going to show up. I mean, it's early, and I told him 9:15, so he's got a little time here. But I was sort of expecting him to be here at 9:00 because it says 9:00 on the show start, and a lot of people, whatever. Whip 676. Good morning, and good morning, sunshine. I would not be remiss, and I would be remiss in not saying good morning to you. Whip 676. Good morning. I attended a Lloyd 52nd Street concert in Beverly, Mass. Earlier month, earlier this month, I guess. Great show. Band asked for well wishes for Richie Canada. Yeah. Can Liberty provide an update? I sure hope so. He should be here in about 10 minutes or so. Anyway, I want to talk to Liberty mostly about AI stuff. And I did a little, I haven't slept. Can you tell? So I went on Suno this morning, about an hour ago, and I asked it to do a song in the style of Billy Joel, and I just slapped together some silly Long Island type lyrics, just to see if it in fact would just copy Liberty's drum track. And it seems, there's 4 different samples. I want to play them for him because I'm not sure he understands. And not this isn't about Liberty. It's about musicians in general, the hired guns, and all that goes down in the world of AI. It's beyond sampling. They're going and finding tracks and stripping out just the parts and then remanipulating them. But it's really his playing, or in Liberty's case. But in their playing, they don't get any credit for it. They forget about money. That's off the table. They're not getting paid for it, but they're not even getting credit with it. Coming up with the stuff, the creative stuff. Had some like 4 different conversations with Jeff Altman yesterday. Jeff is a very busy guy. For a guy, listen, he's a few years older. I mean, I hate saying people's age at this point. But for a guy his age, it's like Jackie's age, right? David Letterman's age. He's David Letterman's best pal in the whole world. And you a big beard. So a couple of years older than me, at least, right? But he's so busy. Like, you can't have a minute-long conversation without him getting interrupted. Oh, I got to call you right back. So I ended up having like 3 or 4 conversations with him yesterday. And he should be on the program. He might be on tomorrow. Maybe not. I got to talk to him again today because the interruptions just would not stop. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting Jeff back on the program. We're going to talk about AI's influence in magic. Now, Jeff, if you don't know, yes, he's a very successful comedian and had a great career still doing stand-up comedy. But he started as a magician. His father was a close-up magician. He went out to Magic Castle and was a protege of Di Vernon, and has a great, long, successful career in magic. And now it's just like he's still extremely busy, which that's the point I was trying to make, that he's so busy between shows and traveling and doing that phone calls for a minute or two become, I got to go right back. So, you know what? Good for him. At this age, this age. Being busy is a blessing. And especially everything that's going on in the world today. Anyway, when Liberty comes on, we're also probably going to touch on the fact that he is a victim of trolling. Every time he expresses any opinion about what's going on in the world, what's going on in America right now, on his Facebook page generally, because I think that's his main social media outlet, he gets inundated with trolls who say, "Oh, stick to drumming, man." Like, you know what? You stick to being a janitor, then you don't have a right to an opinion either. Not to put down janitors, listen, but if you wanted to, why do musicians and actors and artists and whatever have to shut up? But I don't know, guys with a mop, they can pontificate all day long on social media about their political opinions. Why the guy who works on the loading dock, his opinion is more valid than, let's say, somebody who performs music or performs in theater or no. We all have a right to opinion, and if you don't like it, just scroll past it. Don't follow, whatever. You don't have to be a troll. Now, I should talk. I'm a bit of a troll to politicians, people like that. Jesus, the phone calls never stop coming. Last night, GD woke me up from a nap to complain about meatloaf. I guess I made it a little too spicy. I don't know, meatloaf. We'll probably find some time to talk about meatloaf and GD's favorite recipe sometime in the program. Right now, I should read you about my Wine Express, but what I really know about Wine Express, and I'm not even going to pull up a graphic for you. How about that? WineExpress.com is the exclusive wine shop partner, that is, of the Wine Enthusiast catalog and website. Well, why don't just call it Wine Enthusiast.com? But anyway, WineExpress.com is the exclusive wine shop partner of the Wine Enthusiast catalog and website, which have been providing quality wine accessories and storage for 40 years. During that time, they've served millions of satisfied customers and built a loyal following of avid wine lovers. Avid wine, that's some damn good wine, that Avid wine. It's only natural then for them to have teamed up with a great wine shop to bring you their customers the finest wines at value prices. What is value prices? Value prices. I don't know what that means. Maybe I should write their copy for them. Drink wine, get drunk, make fuck, get green card. Anyway, you know what? I'll play you a real commercial so I can have some cover to bring in the aforementioned Meatloaf fan.
Mind Bloom is helping people achieve life-changing clinical and personal breakthroughs, alchemizing both the psychedelic medication, psychiatric care from psychiatric clinicians, coaches, we call psychedelic guides, and a lot of content and meditations and programs into this really transformational experience that, because it's delivered at home, costs a lot less and is a lot more convenient for people to receive.
Did he say cock block? What did he say? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is somebody who just loves meatloaf. He likes it with gravy and I don't know, French fries or something. Good morning, GD Fenderson.
I like it with sauce, not gravy.
Oh,
good morning, America. MyDogTV.com. It's God damn it.
What?
It's MyDogTV.com/merch. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, just like where the fudge is made. Go to MyDogTV.com/merch for all the stuff that you don't need but ought to have to make him or her happy this weekend. And it's also the anniversary of my conception. Happy Conception Day to me. I was conceived on Valentine's Day, 1950.
Yeah, 59. Yes.
So happy Conception Day to me.
I remember I was there. I got a right to liberty. You know what? There's a good chance he's a musician. And he, they don't. He probably forgot. The only way he can remember to come on the show is if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
That or
So
send him a set list. Oh,
yeah,
you don't do set lists. He's fucked.
I know. Well, liberty, bibbity.
Okay.
Do you know what's going on in El Paso?
I looked it up, and the government, the Trump administration, is not being clear. The best I can figure.
Oh, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. The best I can figure. I mean, as soon as you said El Paso, intent is. I figure it's something to do with Trump is either going to invade Mexico or he's doing something with ICE. Because it's a border town.
Well, they do have a gulag there, or a concentration camp there, right?
Well, I don't know if it's a concentration camp, because I can't think of anybody in the Department of Homeland Security that's actually concentrating on anything.
Oh.
But if that's where they got to learn to do it, okay. So I don't really know the reason.
I don't think anybody really does. That's yeah. That's it's so
now the congressperson who represents that area requested that it be opened back up. She said that what they're doing shouldn't impact, the people, whatever. So maybe she knows what they're doing, but she can't say, or I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
But I read an entire article. God, man, yeah.
Wow.
I know. A whole article.
All right. So I read I read 3 pages of whole articles last night after you woke me up.
I woke you up? When did I do that?
That meatloaf thing, about 7:30 last night or something, or almost 8 o'clock last night. I was napping, and you just really wanted to talk about the meatloaf was burning in the oven, and there was
Oh no, I was telling you I was pregnant. I said I have a bun in the oven.
All right. So it turns out Meatloaf was a very counterculture guy in the late 70s. Then in 2010, he was a guest. He was one of these.
That's right, on The Apprentice. Celebrity Apprentice, right?
Right. And they sort of became friends with Donald Trump a little bit. But then somebody in the press asked him, should Donald Trump run for president? He said, no, he'd make a terrible president. And Trump got livid and was screaming at him in the green room there. And they got into a little bit of a fight until a point where Meatloaf said, dude, you'd make a terrible president. You're not running for president. Back off, dude. I'm not afraid of you. That's how it ended until but he did say, I said you would make a good counselor on financial matters to whoever is president. How about that?
No, he wouldn't.
Well, he said that, whatever.
Yeah.
But that didn't placate Trump. He was still angry at Meatloaf. So, but when Meatloaf died, Trump had some good things to say about him. But he was not exactly a Donald Trump supporter.
No, he was. He did it. He actually did an appearance on behalf of Trump.
When was that? Because everything I looked up said no. He stuck to his position that Trump would make a terrible president.
Maybe he did feel that he'd be a terrible president. Doesn't mean he didn't support him
for president.
And there are people who say stupid shit about Trump all the time who still wound up supporting him. Case in point, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, but they changed. He never changed he never wavered from Trump would make a terrible president, according to 4 different articles I read on.
You read the wrong articles. You need to watch footage.
Even Trump said in his thing where he said he was a nice guy, he never supported me, but that I still he was a good guy. We got along, blah, 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 blah. But Trump even said that in his not eulogy, but saying he wasn't a bad guy. I don't know. Nobody online is saying that he was a Trump supporter, and he was classic. Rocky Horror Picture Show is counterculture stuff. That's where Meatloaf comes from. That world. Todd Rundgren, all those people. I don't know. He might have been on Fox News a bunch of times, but that doesn't necessarily make him a Trumper. Anyway, so there you go. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not going to prove a negative. right? Can't say I can't prove that he but his words seem to say no Trump for president. Maybe he liked him as a guy. I don't know, which is kind of weird anyway. Billy Joe and Bobby Sue.
Yeah, that everything I just
no.
I just did a quick search, and everything that I read was like old stuff. I didn't see the stuff that I was looking for when he was actually performing.
Performing.
He was, yeah, Meatloaf was performing just, I mean, obviously before he died, but he was.
Yeah, I don't think I think he stopped performing somewhere early 2010s or something. Well,
Yeah, he was doing a show in like 2020. When did he die? 2020 what?
2021.
Okay.
Man, it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Where's Liberty? Come on, man. I'm probably not checking his email. Probably not up. I'm sorry, folks. Well, maybe we'll get him on by the second hour. How about that? Randy Levin, I told to be in the chat room to kind of nudge Liberty about getting Russell Jabbers and himself actually to watch the film Strings Theory movie.com at stringstheorymovie.com. And so, we're just going to sit here and wait. So talk about something until I get Liberty up. I'm going to have to go.
Okay, his last,
to his house.
Meatloaf's last performance was in 2021.
That's what I
That
said.
was his last live performance.
Wow.
He died in January 2022.
Wow, he must have sucked in 2021.
Oh, he did. Oh my God, it was awful. Man, it was so fucking awful.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, because my wife and I was watching some of it, and we were going, no, thank God he's bad now, because we both knew that he was a Trumper then. So we were like saying, well, thank God he sucked toward the end, because this is what Trump gets, or something like that.
God, he sucked.
Yeah, because I mean, let's face it. When Meatloaf was good, he was very, very fucking good. But again, I don't think that he was. I'm trying to think here. For some reason in my mind, I think of him as like the Sam Kinison of music.
Well, he does kind of look like him. I don't know.
So I'm trying to think. God, man, I hate bringing up something I can't. Let's put it this way. I know I'm right. I just have to be able to prove it.
No, I'm right. Whatever. I don't think he was ever like aligned with republicanism. From what I remember, very counterculture. Not even necessarily a Democrat, just not Republican at all. I remember him being on Tom Snyder and railing on Ronald Reagan pretty hard, and like not down with that kind of stuff. So, and I know the people that he surrounded himself were extremely counterculture. Jim Steinman, his partner in crime, was as counterculture as you can get. He was he would have joined the Weathermen if they would have asked him. So anyway, well, I'm just disappointed. I'm really excited to talk to Liberty, and I think he's sleeping. I gotta go. I'll drive to his house. You wait here.
Okay.
All right. Keep the people company. I'm gonna go drive to. I don't even really. I know he's on the North Shore of Nassau County. That's all I know. So yeah. Jeff Altman. Talked to him yesterday. It's kind of funny because every time I talk to him, he brings up Letterman. And I like that, but I'm shy about saying, you think you can mention me to Dave? I would love to get Dave on the program. Just so he brings up Dave, and then I have to kind of, I wonder if Dave would appreciate this. I wonder if Dave would appreciate that. But I want to ask him, and I have to stop myself. You think you put me in touch with Letterman? I would really love to talk to Letterman. I mean, Letterman has done a few. As he's not mine, obviously, although I did fake one at one point. But he's apparently watches a lot of podcasts. I didn't know that. Were you ever a Letterman fan? No, you didn't. Well, Jeff said last night, and this because we were having a conversation about the state of magic, and went back to the state of comedy, and he said, when my good friend Dave Letterman sort of changed the way, made a big change in the way television, 1980s television. I was like, and I started thinking about that. Letterman didn't really. All he did was be himself, but it was still the same old Johnny Carson format, right? He didn't change. You perceive Letterman as changing the late night talk show thing?
Well, in a way he did, but I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find what I'm looking for here.
Maybe Liberty's down in Florida. That could be. They're playing in Vero Beach, Florida. Yeah, he's not. He said Wednesdays and Fridays, and this was the Wednesday, and he definitely agreed to be on this morning. There's no doubt about that. He's 11 minutes late, though. Maybe he thinks 10:15. I don't know. Let me just.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, what?
Okay, let's back up this. Let's back this up.
What?
The video's not available right now. Damn it. It says, anything for Trump, an absolute devotion to the commander-in-chief, the iconic question from Meatloaf. And it's like a 36-second sound bite. And I go to click on it, it goes not available.
Huh.
So I'm looking for something else now.
Does it say anything about El Paso? Down in West Texas town of El Paso?
It said that he liked to put El Paso sauce on his tortilla chips.
Oh, okay. Kiwi guy wrote Rocky Horror and played Riff Raff. Nice guy. And played Riff Raff. A Kiwi guy? What's a Kiwi guy? That's Kiwi's a fruit.
Wow. Can't load up that one either. Nobody wants. Fuck me.
Why? Trump sound bites? Is that what you're looking for?
No. Well, it says now. This one says, "Watch Meatloaf." Something Romney belt out song. Now this is at Meatloaf at a rally, but I know Romney. I don't remember Romney ever supporting Trump, but then again, he could have. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Hold on.
He did.
For that long. He was against Trump. He was against Trump. Then he was going for a cabinet pick, and he stuck Trump's cock, and then Trump didn't give it to him, and then he was back off with the cock. So I'm just looking for
Okay, so this is when so this is when Romney was still running, and Meatloaf is with Romney, singing "America the Beautiful." But you can't watch that video because it says not available.
Trump did support Romney when Romney was running. I know that. I think he gave him $5 million or something to his campaign, something like that. But I know he ran up to the podium or something and like took a bow when Romney was running. We should have known then. We should have done something about it then. But it's too late. You should have, would have, could have. And now here we are.
I'm inventing a hot tub time machine.
Oh.
I just have to find the right hot tub. So far, all the hot tubs I've got so far, they don't go back in time, but they do give you chlamydia.
I'm going to
trying to find
Liberty's phone here, but I don't think it's going to work. I hate this because he picked a Wednesday. And now I look like I look like a dope sitting here waiting for him, don't I? Sitting here on the corner, waiting for a bus.
How's it going, Mr. Heavy?
Yeah, how is it going? And what the fuck is a Kiwi guy?
A New Zealander.
It is? That's what they call New Zealanders, a Kiwi guy?
I believe so.
Boy, oh boy, oh.
And how's it going, Mr. Mickey? Mr. Delaney over in Govs. How's it going?
How you doing there? We're waiting on the great Liberty DeVito to talk about AI ripping him off, and I guess he's okay.
I want to ask him about playing drums for Karen Carpenter, because she herself was a phenomenal drummer. Is there pressure? Well, I want to know, was there pressure on him to not suck
I've asked him that question when he was on recently.
Oh, then forget it then.
Not recently, but a while ago. Yeah, Karen was a different kind of drummer than he was. He was.
Yeah, but still, you know, it's like I'm not a great singer, but if Pat Benatar was in the audience, I'd go like, "Fuck, she's really good." You
Right.
know,
The thing about here she is here.
you got Pat Benatar.
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, hey Pat.
She's from my hometown. You know that? Did you know that about Pat Benatar? Pat Andrzejewski. Andrew. I can't pronounce the last name. Hold on. Maybe if I can I share another screen while I'm sharing the screen to share screens with the sharing screen.
Have you ever watched Finding Your Roots?
I don't know.
Okay, basically it's a show where Skip Gates helps celebrities trace back their ancestry, you know, through records and census and
I
eventually
really
also
want to
DNA.
do that. I really would want to do that, but I haven't done it. But yeah, there's a show about it.
Yo, yeah. Lead sister.
Like waiting to happen.
Man, she's thin.
Man. So
Wow. Yeah, she was good.
Fucking amazing.
Now, here's the question I have for you. Toward the end of those shows, they usually say to the celebrity, and this is who you're related to. And they'll show them if there's other celebrities that are in their registry who they're related to. And they may go like, wow, I'm related to Samuel L. Jackson or whatever. You do your DNA test. Is there like one celebrity that you really like to find out that you're related to?
No. And I'm certain I wouldn't. I mean, there's no way that.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying. I'm just saying you get to pick one. Now, I'm not saying actual DNA, but
yeah, but nobody I would want to. No celebrities I would want to. Maybe historical figures, and I can't even think of one. But no. Why? That's just unless they want to put me in the will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you might be able to get them on the show. You know, we're second cousins.
The nicest guy. Matt's DNA. I can't read that.
Matt's DNA celeb match would be Karl Marx.
Karl Marx, maybe Groucho Marx. I get a lot of that.
How's it going, Mr. Guy? Nice to talk to you, Mr. Guy. Good to see you.
Yeah. But I can't even think. No celebrities that I would want to be related to. No, none of them. Fuck them. I mean, not fuck them, but I mean, no. Why would I want to be? Unless they're going to do something for me, like give me some money or let me play in their band, maybe.
I hadn't given it a serious thought, but I think I would like to be related to Jackie Martling because I would just want to see the disappointment on his face.
You know, Jackie.
He goes, "Hey, Jackie, I found that we're third cousins." He'd be like, "Oh, fuck."
Jackie
Really?
Jackie was under the impression that he was related to Theodore Roosevelt most of his life. I think not most of it, until he was like in his 30s or something. I don't know if it was a DNA test or whatever that convinced him that no, that wasn't possible. But he grew up down the road from Theodore Roosevelt's summer home, Sagamore Hill, and for some reason he thought there was a relation there. I don't know. Roosevelt Martlings. Whatever. The historical figures, though. I got this, and I'm going to sound like a kook, so I'm not going to say it. I'm all right. People know I'm a kook, but I
I'm
don't.
gonna say you're gonna sound like a kook. What you mean? You're just gonna verify what people already know?
Well, that's that. Yes, I guess. I don't believe in reincarnation or any of this stuff, but there are parallels to one historical figure. I'm gonna I should shut up now. All right,
Okay.
I'm just gonna shut up. Go ahead. It's your show. Have a show.
Oh, so Rosemary, who
Rosemary.
that's
Rosemary.
Rosemary, that's the one who thought it was my show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Rosemary. I hope
She's
you're
dead.
watching. I hope you're. She's dead.
Yes.
Damn, the one fan I had is dead. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm starting from scratch again. I'm trying to
sorry
build up
about
my
that.
fan base from zero once again.
I'm sorry about that. Rosemary was a very nice lady. I don't know what she died of. I was sad to find out she had passed, but she's been replaced with, I go home. Because you don't love me, I love you. I don't know. I'm disappointed here.
Oh,
I was so excited to talk to Liberty about this stuff.
I did something the other day that okay, the joke that Jackie Martling told the last time he was on the show about the guy who was a clown and he was performing for the kids and he goes, "Guess what's in my pocket? Is it money, mister?" Okay, so I said to my wife, because we were talking about the Epstein's list, and I was explaining to her why Jackie's on it, but he's not involved in any of the pedophile stuff. And then I said, but there is this one joke that he mentioned that he sent to Epstein or something like he put it out there. Not that he sent it to Epstein. It was in his newsletter, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I told that joke to I said to my wife, I said, I'm not going to tell you that joke. You're not going to like it. She goes, how do you know what I'm going to like? I said, no, I know you're not going to like the joke. You're going to think it's disgusting. And I'm going to laugh my ass off and you're going to say, what's wrong with you? And she goes, so she says, well, what's the joke? You got to tell me the joke now. So I tell the joke, my wife goes, that's fucking disgusting. That's not even funny. Why are you laughing? Because I'm laughing because I think it's funny.
Because I put out that short for that, I think, and somebody commented whether he's in the list or not, he's just a creepy. Because Jackie had said in that conversation, I think Jackie said it might have been somebody else who said it, that when he was down in Florida, there were a lot of 25-year-old girls who looked 25 or 30, but they could have been 18 or something like that. And for that, they said he's a creep anyway. No, that's just an observation.
Yeah, and that's it. Look, I was in my 30s, and I went to a rave with some friends of mine from work, and they were like, since it was work, everybody, there were people there like 21, 22, 23. They were like in their 20s, and we all went out for drinks after work. And then it just got late and we went to a rave, So yeah, I'm the old guy in my 30s at a rave with these 21 years old. And I run into this woman because they carded everybody to get in. So you had to be 21 or over to get in. And so she's hitting on me. She thinks I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 30s. I think she's in her 20s. She's 19.
Yeah. Well, I listen. Guilty. My first wife, when I met her, she was a regular. She had seen my band play many times, and I thought because and I didn't even. It just she looked older than what she was. She was. I think she was 17 when I met her. She was 19 when we got married. But she was 17 when I met her. I was like 23. But I just assumed that she was older because she's in a class, and it wasn't her first time seeing us. She had been coming for years. So she had been going to see my band play for like 3 or 4 years since she was 14. I didn't know that. I mean, and I ended up marrying her. But she was 17 and I was 23. By statutory I'm a criminal on that. Her mother supported it. Her father supported it, but
they just wanted to get her out of the house. She ate too much. They just want to stop feeding her. I'm
Maybe.
just, I don't know. I'm just
Maybe. I remember having, because I didn't want to take her to the prom. She was still in high school when I found
Oh
out.
yeah! Wow.
So I let somebody else take it to the prom, but I like grilled this kid. So I went to the high school and met him after school to have a talk with him and kind of laid down the ground rules for what was going to go on at the prom. He was a very respectful dude, but so they, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that. But she looked much older. She looked like a 20 something, and she was 17. So it happens. That's all. And now you want to call me a creep? Call me a creep. That's fine.
Yeah, but you're a creep for other reasons. I don't think that makes you a creep. I think there are other reasons why you're a creep.
All right,
But we're not going to talk about that right now.
I really want to. I want to talk about that.
No, we're not. We're not going to
What
talk
makes
about
me
that now.
Chat room?
No, we're waiting for Liberty to show up. Liberatory.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for him, the chat room can tell me why I'm creepy. I'm sure the nicest guy would love to elaborate on my creepiness. Yes, Heavy Kev, am I a Kiwi creep? I'm a creepy Kiwi.
A creeping Kiwi. Creeping Kiwi.
What happened, Lib? I don't know. Just when I was thinking it's safe to go back in the water. What is this? Things just Punch Up. Who's this on Punch Up? All these comedians.
Last night, I was in my workshop with Dylan Brody, and he gave us 2 exercises. The first exercise was write as many jokes as you can, and this is the setup. You know you're old when. And so I wrote like 13 jokes. And then he says, huh?
Want to tell us one?
Sure, I'll tell, but I want to say the next thing. And then the next setup was what I miss about my youth is, and I realized during that exercise that I am a much happier old person than I was a child.
Wow.
I realized that when writing it because yes,
child or young adult or young happy?
No, when I was young, because when I was writing this in terms of like being a child.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I was looking at it when he said what I miss about my youth. So I guess to some people, my youth could have been, their youth would have been like in their 30s or something.
Yeah.
But in my case, I just started thinking about when I was a child. And I was like a miserable child. I couldn't think of hardly anything funny to write about when I was a child. I mean, at least for that exercise, I tell stories about my childhood that I can make funny, but in terms of the way I actually feel about it, it brought more like dread than anything else. I think that the best thing I wrote about when I was a child was, and again, this isn't even a joke. This is just like something that you might appreciate. Some people our age might appreciate. When I was young, finding change in the sofa cushion could change my financial status.
Yeah,
yeah. Definitely. And when I wrote that, Dylan went, but again, that's not a joke. I guess if I told it differently or said, but yeah, but back then you could find change in the sofa and you could have that could make your fucking week, man. Candy, soda, potato chips, a movie, bus fare. You could go to town.
I'm just thinking the happiest time of my life. This is a terrible thing to even kind of go back and think about this. Memory could be a little inaccurate, but I think between 19 and 22 was the happiest time of my life. I liked being me then. It was a very cool time. If I could go back, if I could have a time machine, but I'd have to go back, not like this. I'd have to go back to being that. I would stay that forever. Stay golden, pony boy. But you can't. Unfortunately, you can't. Time moves on.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a joke? Well, first of all, let me.
Yeah.
Is Dylan your age? Is he younger than you? I don't know.
I think he's my age. Now, I don't know if he's like a year too old or a year too younger.
I think he's younger.
I think so too. but only by maybe a year or two.
Right, that's about right. Yeah, I would say 64, but that's just a guess.
Now, like he gave us 20 minutes to write, you're old when jokes. Okay, so these are the jokes I wrote in the 20 minutes. Okay, you know that you're old when your big boy pants come in absorbent and extra absorbent. You know you're old when you are in the middle of a sentence and you know you're old when you sneeze and instead of saying bless you, people say, are you okay? You know you're old when you see an old friend and you're both surprised that the other one is still alive.
Yeah.
You know you're old when you order food based on how much gas it gives you.
I don't know that.
You know you're you know you're old when you ask your doctor, when do you want to see me again? And your doctor says, let's play it by ear.
Wow. Okay.
You know you're old when your life alert is a half-life alert.
That's nice.
You know you're old when your tattoo is you know you're old when your tattoo of an eagle looks like an ostrich.
What the fuck? I'm trying. What was it? Oh, never mind.
Because an eagle has a short neck, but when you get older, it starts to sag, so now it looks like an ostrich with the long neck.
Eagle and ostrich.
Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
Okay, look, I had 20 minutes to write all the. Okay,
I know.
You know you're old when vultures wait for you to leave the house. Okay, you know you're old when you can bake. Oh, okay, I did like this one.
I like the vultures waiting to leave the house thing.
I like this one here. You know you're old when you can bake your birthday cake with the heat from your candles. So there's enough birthday candles in your cake that you can bake your cake.
I get it.
Yeah. When you know you're old when a surprise party takes place at the ER just in case. You know you're old when you can't remember your kids' names, just their flaws. See, what is it?
We need a laugh track here.
Okay. You're old. Okay, and this is the last one. This is the last one I wrote. You know you're old when you go to the sea aquarium because you and the walrus have the same beach bod.
Well, to be fair, I give you a lot of credit because in 20 minutes, I don't think I could write one joke that I would think would be funny. Like I'd be battling myself like that's so good. So I don't think I could write. That's what I was referring to. Ian saying, you know, you're old when you tell jokes, no one laughs. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. But how old are you, Ian? Nicest guy there. And I know that's funny, but I wouldn't be able to write a single joke in 20 minutes.
That's just to say, I'm not a joke teller. I'm a storyteller when I perform. I only use jokes to move the story along.
Yeah.
No. So, no, but like I said, to me, it was just more of the fact that he gave us 20 minutes to write when you're old jokes, and I did all those. And when he asked what I miss about my youth, the same amount of time, I came up with like 5, but 5. But one of them I said was so dark I won't do it. And he goes, well, there's no such thing as too dark here. I said, I really don't want to share this one. As a matter of fact, I didn't even finish writing it. I stopped halfway through because I was almost embarrassed by it. He goes, well, tell it anyway. If you're embarrassed, tell it.
Wow.
And so I think I wrote something like, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Man, I'm not embarrassing myself in front of people on purpose. I mean, I do enough embarrassing myself in front of people on accident to cover me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't write it down because I was embarrassed by it, but he wanted to know what it was. So I think it went something like this. The thing I miss most about my youth is the voice in my head that tells me it's okay to only kill half the people in your neighborhood. And I just laughed because actually when I was a kid, there was only one person I wanted to kill, that the voice in my head, and that was my brother. I did have a little voice in my head, and basically it was like I didn't have to kill all my siblings, just the one brother.
That sounds a little. I can't relate, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever. I mean, Donald Trump, and Secret Service. I'm not going to act on it, but that's the only one I've ever really maybe thought about.
This was like one of the I told you the thing about the change in the sofa. That was like a pleasurable thing, and to me, this is a pleasurable thing. The thing that I miss most about my youth is the lint on my grandma's ribbon candy was just part of the candy.
Yeah, I miss the innocence, but nothing. If I would see, this is why I could not write a joke about this. I start thinking in really philosophical and nostalgic terms. What I really miss about my youth, nothing about it is funny. I know in my late teens and early 20s, I was as horny as fuck. I mean, I had a libido. And I do miss that, but there's nothing funny about that. My libido was fucking off the charts when I had testosterone running through my veins, and I just wanted to fuck every woman I saw. But there's nothing funny about that. I mean, and how do I make that funny? I don't know.
Well, that's part of the thing that they do. One thing that Dylan does is like he says, because everything you write isn't going to be funny. Sometimes it's just a thought.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you write something you think is a joke and it's actually a setup to a joke. And so he kind of like helps you explore all those things.
Yeah.
So that's why he wanted me to go, well, no, go ahead. There's no thing is too dark, and maybe you can explore that kind of thing. Let's face it. One of the funnier routines I have, won't say one of the funnier routines, but one of the routines I have that gets a lot of positive and funny reaction is when I talk about my mom's rape, which is not see? So, but I don't talk about the actual act of raping. No, it's more like how it affected me. So, my mom was raped, and this is how it affected me.
Yeah, so. See, Ma, don't tell me. Just I don't even want to know that. Like, why? I don't know what the dynamic there is, but Jesus, there's some things about your parents you just don't want to know. I don't want to know things that I know.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I explore is like because Alex said, I am the last of my family. I have nieces and nephews, but I have no more brothers and sisters, no more grandparents, no more parents, no step parents. They're all dead. I'm the last one. And so when my nieces and nephews want to know what their parents were like, my brother and sister, it's like, what do I tell them? Because they don't know everything that I know about their parents.
Right.
And what do I hold back? Because some stuff is important. Like they may want to know about their parents' sex addiction or drug addiction because they may see some of the tendency in themselves and go like, oh, that's where I get that from.
Yeah. We're an hour in and still no Liberty DeVito. I apologize, folks. Maybe we'll get him Friday. If he doesn't show up in the next 15 minutes or so, I guess we'll try to reschedule him. Oh, no, we have Steph, your friend.
Yes,
Steph.
We have Steph Stigma tomorrow.
Sigma. No, Friday.
Stigma.
That's Friday, not tomorrow.
Yeah, Friday. I said Friday.
Yeah.
What did you think I said?
You just said tomorrow. You just
you thought I said tomorrow. No, I said Friday.
Play tape back.
Well, technically, I said Friday because I thought Friday was tomorrow. Right. So technically, when I said tomorrow, I was thinking Friday.
Yeah, I know. I wish it was tomorrow. I wish tomorrow was Friday. That would mean I got through another week alive, and that's really what I'm going for at this point. I'm like setting week to week. Am I going to be alive at the end of this week? That's what
I may have to leave tomorrow at 11. I have to see what time my hair appointment is.
Oh. Doesn't matter. We don't have any guests again. You know what, Jeff? I have to talk to Jeff at 1:30 today, and maybe get him to come on tomorrow. But I'm not hopeful on that. Probably next week sometime. But I'm disappointed that Liberty's not here right now. Hopefully, we'll be popping in shortly. But I have a feeling he forgot or something. So. He didn't respond to a text message or email that I sent him, so I'm assuming he's still sleeping. I don't blame him. I would be too.
I was at something of an open mic last night. I didn't go to perform. I just wanted to promote the show. I was there as a barker. I was there to let people know about my show on the 19th. Um, so yeah, that was last night, and and I listened to like maybe 5 or 6 comics on last night. On the 16th, I was at an open mic, and I think I listened to 16 comics. Those 2 nights, I think I probably heard like, I don't know, more Super Bowl jokes than there were comics to tell them.
Huh.
You know, a lot of Bad Bunny and Kid
You know
Rock
what? It's
jokes.
I'm sorry. These people just keep the Super Bowl is over. It's been over. That's already all news. Our news like the Super Bowl is you might as well be telling jokes about Lincoln getting shot at this point. It's just because Geraldo Rivera was on Twitter this morning, still bitching and moaning about people reacting to Bad Bunny and stuff, and I'm like, dude. It's Wednesday. That was Sunday.
But every joke that almost every joke we tell is about something that's already happened.
Yeah, but it's not even jokes anymore. It's just fixating on. And when something like that is so big in pop culture that everybody has commented, said every joke that could be.
Right, and that's why I didn't talk, and that's why I didn't even talk about it. I didn't write a joke about it. I don't, because like every fucking comedian was doing it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the ones I heard, maybe 1 or 2 would be a good starting point for where I would have gone with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't, I use low hanging fruit in the moment. Like if I did something like right now, it'd be like low hanging fruit because it's immediate. But if I have time to think about the joke and write about it, I'm going to go deep.
Deep. What does he
Yeah.
mean by deep? Yeah. I just, for me, just to hear people comment, like, especially if you're going to take a serious political position on it now. It's 3 days ago, man. So much has happened since then. You have Christy Nome signing the contract for the wall after it was discovered that she was just hoarding the materials or something, or selling the materials off, like failing to follow up on the wall thing, which is kind of weird. And then, we got a photo up of her signing it now. Well, that's after she's been outed about it. That doesn't count. The Trump phone call thing in 2006, he supposedly called the sheriff in Palm Beach to say, we all knew about Epstein. And they're all saying, well, see, that makes him a hero, a whistleblower. No, that was after 20 years of fucking kids, first of all. And it also outs him as being a fucking liar because his line has been, I never knew about any of the fucking kid stuff. And there he is on tape saying to the sheriff that he knew about it all along and was still friends with him. So that doesn't, you think that's a good thing for him? You're fucking stupid, man. That's all I can say. But so all that shit has happened since Sunday. Nobody gives a fuck about the Bad Bunny anymore. If they do, I don't know. It's just crazy. My allergies are starting to kick in. I'm ready to sneeze.
I did
Go ahead. What?
I told one joke at the open mic last night, and I'm going to tell it here because actually and Matt, you've already actually, you're familiar with this because the Reverend had a sermon explaining the difference between an explanation and an excuse.
All the way back on episode 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And so I reduced it down to one joke, which I was kind of proud of. I took a 20-minute thing and just said, okay, okay, I'm going to lay out the difference between an explanation and an excuse. An explanation is a dispassionate account of events as they transpired. An excuse is what my wife hears when I explain why I have 5 shovels and can't use any of them to clear off the deck or to clear the snow off our deck. And that got nuts in my mouth. Huge laugh. But Dylan was like, you got too many words in there. You gotta cut this. You gotta cut this down. You gotta, okay, but he goes, and the premise, it's a good premise. I like that premise. You can really do something with that.
I don't think you have too many words in there. I just don't get it. Like 5 shovels and I don't get it.
I get it.
No, but I don't think you have too many words in there.
Just not the right ones.
What words would he take out? Shovel?
No, actually, I had the word. I said I took one of the words out because I said I have 5 shovels and I can't shovel the snow off my deck. And she didn't, and I didn't say deck. I said my fake wood deck, and I said that because I have Trex, and I said I don't think anybody knows what Trex is. And he goes, it doesn't matter what Trex is. I said, well, actually it does, because, and this is the explanation. The reason why I could not use any of those shovels on my deck is because my deck is Trex. All my shovels have metal on the edge that will scrape up the deck if it was, so I needed a plastic shovel. I have 5 shovels. I don't have one of the 5 shovels. None of them was plastic. They were all metal. So, but that's the difference between an explanation and an excuse. I was explaining to my wife why I couldn't use any of those shovels to shovel the deck.
What is this guy laughing at? Epstein files reveal Bannon was funding far-right European leaders, and somebody's laughing at this like it's funny. What's funny about that? IPERIC 1? People are weird. Comments on YouTube. Somebody telling Carl that he should visit the UK because he doesn't know what's going on over there.
Which Carl?
Carl Mann, because he was on
Carl Mann that he should visit the UK.
Right. So I published a short about when we were talking about Brexit the other day, and somebody who lives in the UK got all offended by that and said, you Yanks who should visit the UK once before you go commenting on it. It's like, I wasn't really commenting on it. I asked Carl, who lives there, and he was giving me his take on it. So I guess he didn't hear the accent. I don't know. Because if you watch the clip, it's mostly Carl talking about what's going on over there. I just asked him about it. So why he's telling me that you Yanks should visit there to find out what's going on because before you talk about it. I guess he thinks Carl's from New York.
But in lieu of us visiting there, one of the ways we get to learn about it is by talking about it.
And talking to somebody who's actually there in the moment. I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Believe
good.
me, I would love to come to the UK. I don't have any fucking money to do that.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. You have plenty of money. You're
no.
You're
all
rich.
my money is tied up in poverty.
I put all my money.
And you got to be that. That's got to be funny. Come on.
No, that was funny. But all right, I'll be it. But I'm not doing any manual. I'm not doing any manual editing at this point. Let StreamYard just figure out what's funny and not. I put all my money in cannabis stocks, but that didn't work out. That didn't work out. It was all went up in smoke. The whole portfolio. Yeah, it doesn't look like Liberty's going to join us this hour either. I am just so disappointed in this. I got, I've been waiting for this for a week. A week, I tell you, a week. Is this him bouncing me out right now? No, it's not him. Somebody else. People, yeah.
I had a mix. I'm sorry about eating y'all's ear, but this was sitting here, and I liked the taste so much that I couldn't stop eating it.
What is it?
Okay, I have dark chocolate covered pistachios.
Oh,
and I have honey coated, honey sugar something pistachios. So I mixed the two of them together in one bag.
I'm sorry. I love dark chocolate and I love pistachios. Why ruin them by putting them together? I don't know.
It's something that's like saying I love tits and I love vagina. Why ruin them by putting them together? It's just
you don't want them together.
Yes, you do.
No, they should be separated by a torso. That's exactly a good point. Thanks for backing up my point there. I like both of them, but they should be separated by a torso. It's a little palate cleanser. The torso in between.
They should be right there together. It should be tits and vagina, like just like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if I finished this thought before because I'm old and I have dementia, and this is the way it is. But with Altman was talking about the state.
Speaking of tits and vagina,
Yeah,
Altman, Jeff
yes,
Altman.
yes. Um, well, I was asking him about the state of magic right now, and he went into this thing about magic is like comedy in a lot of respects. In that, when I first started out, back in the Stone Age, um, there were maybe 300 or 400 comics working in all of the United States of America, whether they were famous people down to the guy working in the Catskills who was making a living, down to the open micers. About 300 or 400. I don't know how you quantify that, but I've heard that a lot, that there were much fewer comics. And this thing is, now you can walk into a Denny's. It's just funny that that point of reference, because he's living in North Carolina now. I guess that's what gets into your consciousness. You can walk into a Denny's and say, "Is there a stand-up comedian here?" And 4 or 5 people will stand up. And I think it's more than that now. Depending on what time of day. If you walk in there at lunchtime and say, how many stand-up comics here, you probably get 10 or 15. But he said it's the same with magicians. And I don't think so. I mean, I appreciate his perspective on that because he goes to a lot of magic conventions.
Yeah, and it also depends on what people are calling magicians. Because I would never have called myself a magician. But even as a child, I used to practice all the little things like the sleight of hand and even some of the big illusions, like the illusion of floating, but of course that was done with fake legs and a towel, and so it looks like I'm floating, but I'm not. It's just that my torso is, but that was illusion. I did that.
Well, that relates a little bit to comics too. When you say it depends on what you call, because there are people who have done 1 open mic or 2 open mics.
Right? Yeah, and they call them and they call themselves comics, and they think of the open mics as shows. And you'll talk to them, they'll go like, yeah, I did 9 shows last week. 9 shows? Oh, yeah. I did 3 minutes at the so-and-so. I did 1 minute at the such and such. It's like, no, those are open mics. I don't even count those as shows. Matter of fact, I don't even count if I did something 5 minutes for somebody on a real show where people paid, I still don't count that. So it depends on what they're calling and what they're counting.
Yeah, where is this guy? Where is this guy? Now, this is a magician. I guess an Aussie. I don't know. Maybe Heavy Kev will straighten this out for me. This guy's got some kind of accent. I thought it might be Australian. He's a magician. Is it this one? No, it's not. No, that ain't it. I'm looking for a good one I could share. The one I saw last night, he said the best card trick ever. But how do I know which one? Just from these thumbnails, I can't tell which one is the one. I can't tell which one is the one. I don't think I shared it, so I'm looking at his page. All these card tricks this guy's doing, 90,000, 60,000, 145,000 views. So he's very good, getting a lot of. And this guy's real. He's not a fake. Let's just pick anyone and show it because why not? Yeah, this is the one. We'll show it. How about that? How about I show it? It doesn't look like, if you're just tuning in, it doesn't look like Liberty DeVito is going to be with us this morning, unfortunately. I think he's still sleeping or forgot, and maybe we'll have him on Friday. Oh, no, we're not having him on Friday unless he wants to just take the second hour. Oh, do you know when we have Steph? Is it the second hour or the first hour? You don't know, right? I don't know either.
I have to look, and I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know off the side of my head either.
Off the side of your head is a good place to jump into the Atlantic Ocean, right? Is that I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying here? This guy. Let's see. Play, dude.
All right, guys, let me show you the secret to manufacturing playing cards. First, you've got to wave and snap, and you get a full printed deck box. How cool is that? Now, this is empty on the inside, but if I origami it to the shape of a box, listen. You can't hear anything, but when I snap, all of a sudden, it really sounds like there's a deck of cards in there, and that's because there is a full deck of cards. Now, these cards are blank, which means anything is possible. Watch as I take the cards, and with just a wave of the hand like so, I can get an ace printed as if by magic, but just the face, not the back. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if I snap the fingers, I can also get the back of a card printed as well, but just the back, not the face. If you want to get all the cards printed, you've got to give it a squeeze like so. They're all printed, but not just the backs, also the faces, and that has to be worthy of a like and share.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad for a wanker. Yeah.
What do you think? What is that accent? Is that Australian? What is that? What do you think, Kev?
I really thought it was Brooklyn, but what the fuck do I know?
Well, if it was Brooklyn, he wouldn't be talking. Well, in that one he didn't mention it, but in a couple of them he mentions about the difference between American card guys and.
To answer your question, Steph is in hour 2.
All right. So maybe if we get Liberty on in hour 1 on Friday, but I'm really upset. You want to see me cry? If you want to see me cry.
Okay, what song does that make you think of?
I don't know.
If you want to see me cry.
Probably a Meatloaf song, right? You love Meatloaf.
No.
Now
I was looking at something, an obituary for Meatloaf real quick, and they wrote, and he's known for such songs as 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and I won't do that for love, or something like that. Whatever. Now, I'm sorry, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights is the fucking song that made him. How could you not mention that in his obituary? That should be like the first thing. That should be the first and last thing you mention in his obituary. And Rocky Horror Picture Show should be stuff somewhere in the middle when people yell out "Meatloaf" again.
Yeah, the song that made him, the album "Bat Out of Hell." You know, that's a weird, because it came out around the time Rocky Horror Picture Show came out, and it was kind of like a punk rock opera, something like that. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, and Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I can't remember her name. Carla DeVito, is that it? Not Liberty DeVito. Carla DeVito is in the video for that, but she's lip syncing to another girl's performance.
Right.
Yeah, and that girl never really got credit for it. I hate to call her girl, woman, lady, and I forget her name, but that's just so weird. That's gotta be weird if somebody asked you to be in a music video, but make believe you're singing parts that you didn't sing, somebody else sang it. I would have I don't know. There'd be a conflict that was with me. I would not want to do that. What do you think?
There was a band. There was C&C Chocolate Factory, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Okay. Ellen Foley sang.
Ellen Foley, yeah, that's the girl who sang the Meatloaf. Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, she sang the duet on the record, Ellen Foley.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why she didn't do the video. I'm trying to look at. Carla DeVito is in the video, but I'm trying to see how she looks versus
DeVito. That's wild. No relation to Liberty, by the way. Was
Ellen Foley wasn't unattractive. I don't know why she couldn't have done it.
I don't think she was available, right? Or she just wasn't available for. Oh, yeah, let's Google that. Why? Or Gemini. You know what? I think I can. I've been. Oh, look! I got a voice control thing, right? Can I? How do I start voice control again? Do you remember? Mm-hmm. You don't remember? I don't remember. Forget. Gemini.
Now there was a C&C Chocolate Factory. Gonna Make You Sweat Now. Right. The woman that sang it on the record was not the one in the video. And I think it's because, if I remember correctly, was that Gonna Make You Sweat, right? Sang.
Hello.
Who sang
hello.
female part in Gonna Make You Sweat, right? Is that the name of the song? Gonna Make You Sweat? Gonna Make You Sweat.
Why?
Not sweet, sweat. Damn it.
Foley. Why was Ellen Foley not in the video?
Okay, her name was Martha Wash. Martha Wash was the woman who sang the Yep. Okay, and that's because she was a full-figured woman.
Ah, she was too fat for the video.
I didn't say that. I said she was a full-figured woman.
No, I did.
But when they did the video, they had this little svelte model, this little svelte girl.
The main reason that Ellen Foley declined to join the Bat Out of Hell tour following the album's release, Carla DeVito was brought in as her replacement for live performances, touring, and stage shows. Since DeVito became the face of the female role in the live act, the music video created around that time it was filmed with her performing sync to Foley's original studio track. Foley has addressed this in interviews, noting she went with it at the time, though it bothered her initially. She went with it, just went with it at the time, but it bothered her initially. And she emphasized that anyone familiar with the record knows she provided the vocals. That's not true.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I had to Google it.
Yeah, and that so many people know that song. And I don't think anybody ever gave it a second thought. If you know the video, and most people don't even know Carla DeVito's name, they just know that chick who looked like Betty Boop, who was like somehow attracted to big fat sweaty meatloaf.
Right.
No, nobody. I don't think anybody knows either of their names, or I shouldn't say anybody, but a big portion of the people who appreciated that song at the time. This is a classic case in rock history where the touring performer DeVito became visually associated with the song due to the video at concerts. Yeah, so you know what? But she never made a big deal of it, Ellen Foley. So good for her. I guess I would have probably made a big deal of it. Hey, that's me. Right? At the time,
I guess it depends on why. Like why they. I think the reason, like if she was unavailable to do the tour, then it can reason. There's some kind of reasoning behind it. But with CNC Chocolate Factory, it was just because the woman was full figured. Okay,
fat. She was too fat for the video.
She was full figured.
Too fat for the video.
If you're going to get those kind of, you're going to get those kinds of vocals. You're going to be a big girl. A little girl is not going to get you those kinds of vocals.
Don't ever call me a big girl. I hate when you call me that.
That's one of the things I did admire about Boy George. The woman that sang Church of the Poison Mind, I think her name was Helen Terry. Let me see. But anyway, she was a full-figured woman. And when they did it live, they used her.
Well, you keep saying full-figured woman. I think the proper term is fat girl.
No, it's
fat bottom girl. Fat bottom girls, they make the rock and world go round.
Okay, what was the name of that song again?
I'm not shaming anybody. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with fat. Fat is
Church. Okay, female singer, Church of the Poison Mind. Female singer, Church of the Poison Mind, and I love her voice in that.
Ellen Foley declined to join the Bat Out of Hell tour, which supported Meatloaf's 1977 album, primarily because she wanted to pursue her own solo career, which obviously went nowhere, and record her debut album rather than continue in a sporting role. In interviews, she explained that she had the opportunity to make her own record, which required time for demos and development. She felt that touring behind Meatloaf would keep her in a backup position. That's bad decision there, girl. You could have been big, you could have been huge, you could have been gigantic. Maybe not. In more recent reflections, like in Variety and other outlets around 21-22, she noted that it was ultimately fine that she stepped away. She went on to release solo albums like Night Out, 1979, and she understood the tour's demands might not have suited her. She has no regrets. I would have regrets. Good for her for not having regrets. I would be filled with regrets. Damn it, I shoulda. Right? I shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Oh, I have regrets over things that have no yeah, I have regrets all the time. I try not to. I really try not to. Okay, I take that back. It's not. I don't think it's accurate for me to say that I have regrets.
Right.
About.
So I
Yep,
just
there
heard
she is. Yep, she's a full-figured woman.
fat girl.
She's a plus-size singer.
Right, fat bottom girl. She makes the rock and world go around. There's nothing wrong with that. Just heard from Liberty. Matt, I'm sorry, I forgot I have a gig in Florida. I'm on my way to the airport. Can we reschedule? Sure, yes.
No.
No?
No, get your. The plane's not going to land safely anyway. Don't get on it.
Whoa. That's a terrible thing to say.
Well, I'm trying to help him out. Why is it terrible?
Because you're putting that out there. My wife would say this. You were putting it out there to the universe that the plane's not going to land safely.
Really? If I had that kind of power, do you know how much fucking money I'd have?
That's usually my response when my wife tells me that too. Like if I could affect the world, I wouldn't even be here right now to say this to you.
Right. Well, I would still be here because I have to say by law that I would still marry my wife even if I were a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. If I became famous because of my comedy, she's the reason I became a comedian anyway. You know, or humorist. I was still trying to be an unsuccessful musician.
Oh, wow.
Well, I
why were you trying to do anything at that point in your life? You should have been thinking about Boca Raton or shuffleboard. Or
I was living in Florida at the time.
Oh, see that? So you were thinking about shuffleboard.
I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I was only 55. Well, okay. Again, this is what I was thinking.
55 is the age now, though.
This is what I was thinking. Okay, when I was down there, my wife and I were walking on the beach, and we walked past this section with a bunch of seniors, and they're out there, and some are playing dominoes, some are playing chess, some playing checkers, and it's just like a whole collection of seniors with their afternoon activities, because they're retired. And I was walking, and I was thinking, which one of those old men would I be? And I thought to myself, maybe dominoes, because those guys look like they're having fun, and I don't know how to play dominoes.
I was just thinking that dominoes, you have to match. Like, right. If there's a 3 out there, you can put another 3 again. I think, right? Is that the way it works? No,
I think so.
I don't remember how to play dominoes. It doesn't seem like it would be fun.
Well, I think it's the people. I think the people that play dominoes are more fun.
You have a conversation and all that stuff, but you could replace that game with Trivial Pursuit or poker or.
But with Trivial Pursuit, people have to know stuff. With dominoes, you just have to know numbers. You just have to. And you don't even have to know how to count. You're just matching dots. You're just matching patterns. Yeah. You don't even have to know how to. You don't have to know that that's 5 dots on there.
Basically,
you're just matching that same pattern.
You can smoke a lot of weed and still play dominoes.
Yes. Now,
I'm there.
And chess you're restricted to 2 people, so you're talking to that one person, and trying to beat their ass at the same time. Yeah. Cards, you could have 4 people, 3, 2, whatever. But when I grew up with competitive card players. We were, oh my God, we were cutthroat. I mean, and my mother raised us to be cutthroat card players.
Cutthroat? Well, that's really.
Oh yeah, we went for the jugular. My mom taught us how to play cards, and we used to play for. And here's the thing.
You went for the jugular?
I was about 6 years old when I first started playing with cards with my mom, and we played for money. But I didn't have any money. But my mother had a jar full of pennies, and so she started off and she'd give. We'd all start off with like 30 pennies. And that's it. And there was one night I was winning. I was kicking everybody's ass. And so when the game was over, mother says, okay, give me the pennies back. And I was like, no, I won these. My mother goes, you won them with my pennies. You don't win my pennies with my pennies. You can't take my money with my money. And I said, it's not fair. I won this money. She goes, only because I gave you the money to start with. My mother had to My mother had to like yank me out the room and almost like physically restrain me because I wanted the money that I had won. I was, yeah.
Let me see if I'm going to tell Liberty next Wednesday. By the way, if you're just tuning in, Liberty DeVito will not be with us today. He's on his way to the airport, which GD has already cursed. And
I didn't curse. I just told him not to get on the plane and to do the show with us.
You did say the plane's not going to land safely anyway. You did,
right? It's not. It's not. But that's not because I
it's not flying to El Paso.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
He's going to Florida for a gig in Vero Beach. I want to. You know what? Take me with you. I'll come down and do. We can do this.
Governor says, did I miss Liberty? Actually, no.
We missed Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty missed us. He decided that it was more important for him to fly to Florida to do the show.
Yeah, I mean, who pays more, this show or his little Lords of 52nd Street little gig in wherever, Vero Beach? I'm certain this show pays more, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, because I matter of fact, I put 3 kids through college on what I make from the show.
And they weren't even your kids. You didn't even know them.
That's right, and it was clown college.
Oh,
which was even more expensive.
Yeah. We'll see if where are you, Lib? I'm gonna tell him next week. But
for the record, Governor says that bastard. I think that's Tony Walker. That bastard.
I know.
Is that Tony Walker or Tony Miller? Which one is it? I don't know which one.
Tony Rome. Tony. Yeah, Tony Rome. No, what? It's the one Nancy Sinatra sang their song for the Frank Sinatra movie. Was it Tony Rome?
Tony Romo?
Tony Rome will get you if you don't watch out. Something like that. I don't know. Tony Miller, Tony Walker, Tony Gugats, Tony Tomatoes.
I thought for some reason Rich Walker and Tony Walker were brothers. They're not related.
They're not related. Not even.
No.
And Rich Walker is not really Rich Walker.
He's what is he? Poor Walker? Skywalker?
That's a show name. It's something.
But he teaches a comedy class in New York.
Yes, he teaches the stand-up university thing with Peter Bales.
Right.
Wow, I just thought I typed Rich and Rich Walker. Rich Walker Live comes up. Oh, I guess his website is down. Or no, he's got a plug-in problem over there. But that's something.
Oh, hey, Miller Walker. It's Miller Walker on the web over in Govs. Yeah,
Miller Walker.
Miller Walker.
Tony. Rich Walker doesn't have his real name on here. It doesn't matter. Rich Walker is his stage name. That's who he is. Yeah. I forget his real name. It does.
Yeah, Rich Walker is not his real name. He's a fake. He's
a fake Walker, and Tony Walker is not a real Walker. I'm sorry.
He does walk.
That's true.
And it's really nice when he walks away. You can watch that ass jiggle a little.
He's a showrunner. That's exactly what he is. He's a showrunner. He runs for show or something. And we do next. Talk while I type one finger.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, guys. Tomorrow on the 13th. That's a Friday. I'm going to be calling in to harass Tony Miller on his show on Knock 'em Dead Comedy. I'm going to be calling in to harass him because I can. For Valentine's Day.
That's Saturday, Valentine's Day.
But I'm calling him on the 13th because I want publicity. I want his people to know that I was conceived on Valentine's Day on the 14th.
All right. It's hard to conceive.
I have video. I have footage.
But I just coming back to one last time to this Jeff Altman thing. So he said that thing about Denny's. You could walk in there and you find 5 or whatever, how many comedians in there. And he was equating that to magic. I don't think that's true. You know what? Magic, I think Magic is a dying art form. The kind of like the card guy that we had on before, or even illusionists. You don't see a lot of them. I think there's very few of them. As if you're going to compare that to stand-up comedy right now, right? You don't see like you wouldn't find a magician on every corner, would you? I don't think.
I think it's harder to be a good illusionist than it is to be a good comedian.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice and discipline.
Yeah, a lot more practice. And it's funny, if you fuck up a magic trick, if you fuck up a joke, you can make a joke out of the joke that you just fucked up. You fuck up a magic trick, and people are never going to trust you ever again.
Oh, I don't know about it. I did one on television. I was opening. It was a grand opening for a indoor amusement park for kids called Bizarro. Funny enough, it's across the street from a nursing home I play at a lot now. But I was the house magician for this opening weekend, and I had all sorts of things in this coat and stuff up my sleeve and something. And just as soon as the camera came on me, a big coin fell, a gigantic dime fell out of my sleeve and went ka-chung, ka-chung, and rolled around on the floor. And the camera guy was following that. And I still had to do like 5 minutes on the air. And it's not sure.
Now, did you ever do any stuff with like rabbits and doves?
No, my ex-friend Ralph was big on the dove thing, and rabbits and doves. I did do a thing with a rabbit once for a kid's party for an executive at Cablevision, because she asked me to do a thing and can you do a bunny out of a hat? And I didn't have a bunny I did have bunnies. They were pets, and I had this one like illusion box where I could make things appear in the box. I didn't pull it out.
Right, one of the mirror boxes.
Right. But that's the only time I ever worked with bunnies. Working with animals, it's a fucking mess. First of all,
that's what I was going to ask you about, because my understanding was that people work with rabbits and doves because they don't make much noise, and they're kind of compliant and squishy. They puff up bigger than they are. You can put them in, squeeze them into little tiny spots and stuff. Now I don't know, because I never tried to do any kind of illusion with an animal. Everything I did, at one point there were only 2 card tricks I was really good at, and one card trick that I had perfected. I was taught how to. There's one card trick that I was taught, and then I took it to the next level, because I don't know what it's called. Most of these tricks have names, so you can say it's the 3-card Monty or whatever. I don't know the name of this because it wasn't taught to me like that. But the basic with the card trick, you know where one card is. So let's say the ace of diamond. I know where the ace of diamond is in the deck, and I say to you, touch the ace of diamond, and you touch a card, and then I pick it up, and whatever that card is, you think, I will say to you, now pick up the 8 of clubs, or touch the 8 of clubs. You touch that club, and whatever it is, I will say, okay, now I'm going to grab the king of diamond. And then when you look at the cards, all 3 cards are there. Okay, that's how it works. But it only works if the person does not pick the card that you know the location of.
Right.
If they pick that card first, then it's okay, you can kind of stop the trick there and go ta-da, you did it. All right. But so what I did was when I started doing a card trick, I would learn where 4 cards were. So I would know where 4 cards were in the deck. So if somebody picked the card I said by accident, I had a backup plan. So I had that trick down cold, and I was doing it at work. It was a slow night, and I'd done the trick maybe 4 or 5 times, and then somebody goes, do another trick. But that was the only card trick I knew. I didn't know any other card trick. I hadn't practiced any other card trick. So they said, do another one. And I said, all right. And I was just playing around. So I had the card deck, and I said, I'm not going to touch the deck. And I gave the deck to someone else and said, you shuffle the deck. And they shuffled the deck. And I said, now you cut the deck. And they cut the deck, and they set it down. And I didn't touch the deck. I said, now whatever card you say, is the card that's going to be on the top of the deck. And the guy goes, Queen of Spades. Now, of course, I was not expecting it to be like that. And I said, now you turn the card over. He turned over as the Queen of Spades. And he goes, wow, do it again. And I was like, no, that's enough. I'm done.
I'm done. Harry Anderson used to do a great 3-card Monty because he did it with cards this big. And it was great, and it was for sale at the magic shop. You could do that, but and I bought it, but the banter, it was not the same unless you were Harry Anderson and could just like talk like a corny guy like he did, and it was really hard. The trick itself was pretty simple to do. Self-working sort of. You didn't need to know any sleight of hand. You need to know the moves, but once you understood how the cards worked and all that stuff, it was kind of self-working. But without the personality, without being able to read that script or write your own script that was just as effective, it was useless. And so, but yeah, I used to do 3-card Monty. That was and actual 3-card Monty. That was a fun one. You could take that to the street and actually make money off it. What is that? GD Squanderson?
Squanderson. Oh, yeah, he's been doing different variations of my last name over the past couple of days.
Jeep Henderson. All right. Somebody with a band that I did an EPK for 15 years ago. They want me to update their EPK now, 15 years later. Fine.
Well, that's because one of the members died.
That's possible. Journey tribute band. I'm certain that they've had some turnover in that time. I don't do that anymore.
Do you hear my printer in the background making all that noise?
Yeah. What are you printing?
Nothing. It's trying to let me know that it's low on ink. It's checking the ink in the cartridges and it's saying we're low on ink, and it wants me to change the cartridge.
I need to get a printer because
I need black and red.
Oh, I need black and blue all over. All right. So I apologize to everybody who was expecting the fabulous Liberty DeVito here today. We've had to reschedule him. Something came up, and it was a plane that came up, or not yet. It's going up.
Okay, that's blue.
So,
okay, magenta is red. I got magenta. I gotta see if I got black.
Sure you do. You got plenty of black. I could see it from here.
Yeah, I don't have any black cartridges. Damn it. I gotta get black ink cartridges.
You want to hear? No, you don't want to hear. I went to Suno and plugged in just to show Liberty how AI is ripping him off, and I asked it to create a song in the style of Billy Joel's 70s rock or pop, and I put in some dopey little lyrics. And man, the singer doesn't sound like Billy Joel, but the song definitely. The songs, there's 4 different samples. I give you a minute sample each. If you want a full version, you could use your credits for it and plop it out. But I think he would be really surprised. Hey, wait, that sounds an awful lot like me. And then no credit, no drums inspired by, stolen from, none in the credits for that. No, so forget about payment. Again, the payment it would be nice to get paid, but at least get credit. Those are my riffs, right? You'd want at least some credit for it. Like Ellen Foley would want some credit for that's me, right? At least she got credit for it on the album. So there's that. There's that. I don't know. To me, and there's not, obviously, as an individual, there's nothing the individual can do on this, right? But I would think the musicians would get together and go to whatever publishing rights company. So I don't know who could make a class
like the actors did, like the actors just did.
SAG, yeah. Maybe the Musicians Union could get behind this, but at some point,
musicians
Actors Unit Guild,
yeah.
Studio Musicians Guild, SMG, I don't know, something. But no, there is a Musicians Brotherhood.
I know there's I know there's an organization for air guitar players. I think it's called Fake Ass Guitars, FAG, and they,
Fag.
yeah, FAG. They, it's an air guitar thing. Fabulous Air Guitar, that's it, FAG, and so they have a union. You know, they actually have air guitar tournaments.
Yeah.
That is fucking insane.
Well, they also have rock band tournaments too, which is almost.
Yeah, well, at least that's something of a talent. You're playing a video game, right?
Oh, hold on a second here. Let me see if I could find this. This is there when we used to play the Nautical Mile in Freeport, which is what it says. It's right on the water, and it's a mile-long strip in Freeport where there would open air clubs. We play from April till like October. Let me see if I could find this. And bands all along the mile. And at this one place, it was called Hurricane Harry's. It went through several different names. If I could do, is this on my channel? No, that's not just on my channel. I want to see just on my channel, damn it. Videos. There was a guy who brought his fucking air guitar, his rock band guitar, and sat and stood in with the band and made it look like he was fucking playing his fucking obnoxious church. Let me see, church.
Yeah, have you ever tried playing one of those games like Rock Guitar or Rock Band?
Yeah, I couldn't make it work.
I was about to. Oh, you couldn't make it work, or you had trouble with the game?
No, because it's not. I'm a guitar player. I'm not a
right.
button
Yes,
pusher.
the muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yes, I had. Oh man, I could not do the guitar thing because I knew like the songs. I knew what chord should be coming up. I knew what the notes should be, and my finger wanted to go there, not to the color. And same with so when I did guitar, it was bass. I could do the drum. I could do drum that's because my drum setup was a little different than most other drummers anyway.
You fucked me up, man. You fucked me up.
But yeah, so I used to use, but I could do vocals pretty well because the vocals are the vocals.
Well, the song I'm looking for is called Church on Sunday. And if I go to my own channel and put in church, I get the Rev over and over, like everything the Rev has ever done.
Oh my God, everything?
Well, no, I mean more than everything he's ever done, because they're reels. They're not the because
yeah. So you get like instead of like 109 shows, you're seeing like 400 and something reels.
Oh yeah, lots of them. Where is Church on Sunday? I can't. Did I rename it or something? It's not here. I know it's on my channel somewhere. Maybe under. I have to look in playlists or whatever. And I wanted to show you the guy because this guy shows up with every fucking band there. Like he goes there every or not so much anymore because it's kind of dead now. But for 20 years. Every night he would be on the mile sitting in with another band, acting like he was in the band with this little fucking rock band guitar, Mr. Obnoxious. And people knew him. I didn't know him, but he's in our video a lot. Makes it look like, oh, who's that guy? Another part of the band. No, it's just a pain in the ass. Who's looking to get free drinks or something or get in on the tip money. I don't know what his motivation was. Like he would be there for the entire set. Like we'd play a 4-hour set, no breaks, and he didn't sit down or take a break either. He would say the whole fucking time. Crazy.
Just so you know, the Reverend and I are trying to figure out how we're going to do this. We want to do it live on Sunday, the church on the 22nd. Even though I'm going to be in California, we want to do it live.
Why? Why do you insist on getting up on a Sunday morning?
6 a.m. 6 a.m. for out in California.
Yeah. It's a tough thing. The man about music by Mind Dog, maybe. No, Rockin' 45, whatever you want. What playlist? No. Get out of my ears. I'm never gonna find this thing. I give up. I should.
You should. If I were you, I'd have given up yesterday.
I would have given up 48 years ago or something. That's what I should have done. Do any like music boy ain't no good. Gotta take around. Gotta move. My top videos. How about my top videos? That ain't it. That ain't. Oop, that ain't it. Oh, that's a funny one.
Okay. You're gonna share it? You're gonna say that's a funny one. That's like people being in the front row of the comedy club and they're not laughing, they're just nodding. Yep, that's funny. Yeah, I like that. For those of you on the radio, Matt is listening to something that none of us can
I'm
hear.
just listening. That's all.
Yeah, he's just listening
That's
to something
all.
that no one else can hear. Yeah, he's ignoring the rest of us. He's checked out. He's checked out. Poor guy. Now we're finding out. We're finding out what. Actually, now we know what Matt died of.
What did I die of? 90s rock band makes music history with just one song. Now that's weird because YouTube renamed vidIQ renamed all my videos with like SEO friendly titles, but they're not the song name, so I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here on my own damn channel. Honey Don't Really, that was a funny one.
Honey Don't Really what?
Honey Don't. Well, the song it's a cover of the Beatles. Honey Don't. Well, Carl Perkins. Honey Don't. But I'll show it to you. It's gonna get a copyright strike, and I don't fucking care.
Oh, look at you, Mister. I don't care about the money anymore.
We already got one with the Karen Carpenter thing before, so it might as well.
Oh, they can't strike us twice.
They can, I suppose. I suppose they can. Sharing. What is the best? You see what I'm
saying?
Tonight is
trivia night. Tonight is trivia night in Westminster.
That's so trivial.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set this up a little bit. Mikey, I was out of the band for 2 years or more. And Mikey got this gig at Breezy Point, which is a place that got destroyed by Hurricane Sandy, I think it was. And they asked us, and they didn't know we not being friendly anymore at this point, and they asked us to play. And so Mikey said yes, and he called me and said, "Would you please do it?" And all right, I'll do it. But we didn't have a band, so we got this guy Jeff, who I knew, but really played with him once or twice, and Dave, who I hadn't seen in like 5 years. They're on the gig. It's a guitar, bass, and drums. No, none of the three, guitar, bass, and drums, had played together in years. Like we're on that supermarket gig, and that's it. And neither one of them had really played with Mikey.
So this is like the first Star Trek movie when McCoy and Spock and Bones had not performed together, and there was no chemistry.
Right. So this is Mikey asked to play "Honey Don't," which is a Beatles song, and there were these two guys, an old guy and the guy who was throwing the party. His name is Beanie, a big fat guy, and they were dancing together, very homoerotic, and that's enough to.
Were you aroused? Now, how many cowboy hats do you have, Matt? Oh, honey, don't. No, honey, don't.
Oh, wait. I think they stopped blowing each other soon.
No. They're not listening.
They can't dance. Look at Beanie.
What in the hell? It looks like you're doing YMCA for a second.
Honey, don't.
I think they're trying to pick up Mike.
Yeah. Oh, look, that was a shirt that just was flying past.
Yeah. Oh, this is. Who's the bass player?
Jeff, he's dead.
How did he die?
I'll explain after we see to blow each other here any moment now.
Yeah, they're doing this for Mike. Yeah, they want Mike.
Attack! Didn't anyone nobody knows which to lead? Who's going to be the man?
And do they know there's a video camera? No, because they never really look at the camera. Oh.
All right, that's enough.
All right. Wasn't he? Are there any other lyrics than "Honey Don't"? I mean, that's like, I'm sorry.
That was for Jeff and Dave. That was like their initiation to a sort of Rockin' 45 type of thing. But there's a point where I go over and you see me talking to Jeff saying this isn't whatever.
That's Jeff, not Rockin' 45. That was like Rockin' 69 almost. They went down on the floor.
Oh, it gets worse than that. I stopped it before the actual ending.
Before we got a notice from YouTube saying you cannot show homoerotic.
Well, we would have had to put a 18 restriction, 18 age restriction on it. So Jeff, the bass player, he's a great bass player. He got brain cancer, and he called me up after he got out of the hospital and was talking about how the brain surgery he had was a miracle and made him so much more clear. He said, I'm thinking so much more clearly. It's the whole world has changed. Everything is beautiful, roses and butterflies, and the next day he was dead.
Wow. I know. That doesn't sound like it was a miracle. It sounds like it was like short circuiting.
Right.
Yeah, the brain was like, I'm checking out. Everything everything
he was so optimistic. Yeah, he was so optimistic. He came out like, I'm cured. They got all the cancer and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking so much more clearly. And this is such a blessing. I'm so glad it happened because now I'm seeing the world in a whole different light. The light went out at the end of the day.
If I wake up and I start to see the world in a whole different light and I'm that optimistic, I'm suspicious. I'm just like, honey, do me a favor. I'm going to be in my office. I think I'm going to die real soon. Why are you going to your office? I need to delete some files.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care what you find after I'm gone.
Oh, I do. I care because literally there's some things on my phone and on mainly my computer that it's just there because it brings me it makes me laugh or whatever. And some people are going to go, no, that's fucking sick. It's like, no, but it really brings a smile to my face.
Yeah.
And people don't need to know that, they don't.
Yeah. So so Jeff was a great bass player. There was one time we played a kind of an upscale backyard party, and he was subbing on bass, and he showed up a little bit late, which we were all stressing out, like, where is this guy? And then he shows up, and he's got a rip in his pants right where his cock is. Like a big hole, and like he's not even trying to hide it with the bass or anything, and like people are looking over like, what the fuck is going on there? He was a character, Jeff, and I miss him, but he definitely one of the musicians that just, great musician, but always an issue. Always, he would show up drunk sometimes.
Ooh.
There was always something. Every single gig we ever played, there was something that.
I don't think I've ever been in a band where we had that issue with anybody. We had people that just showed up as assholes, and you would wish they would drink or do drugs or something so that you can explain away their fucking personality. I mean, I've only played with 2 keyboard players in my life that I can remember. No, I had 3. 2 of them were wonderful, but there was this one guy, and I'm not even going to mention Matt by name. I wouldn't do that. Not you, another Matt.
I know. I know it wasn't me. You didn't have to tell me it was
fucking dick.
Well,
And first of all, he was upset over the fact that they recruited the band. They decided that they needed a second guitar player to do the songs they wanted to do live. It was a cover band, and they needed a second guitar player. Somebody who was willing to just be the rhythm guitar player. Someone, they didn't have to be a fortnite. So my friend Brian goes, I know this guy, Glenn, he's really good, and he doesn't have the ego that other musicians have. He'll do whatever we need him to do. And so he reached out to me. I said, sure, we'll try it and see if it works. And so they get over there. When I get to the audition, the keyboard player has a keyboard, but he doesn't know how to use it. He doesn't know how to work it. He doesn't know how to make the sounds on demand. So like they do a song and he have like a sound that doesn't match the song whatsoever because that's the only sound he can figure out. So I said, do you want me to show you how to do that? He goes, I know what I'm doing. I've been playing keyboard for decades, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you can't get the sound we need out of there. And so because he was being so difficult, I brought my keyboards to the next audition. Not next week, because I got the gig. I got the job. So the next week I brought one of my keyboards, not two, but I brought one of my keyboards because there was a song that they wanted to do. And he had trouble with the sounds and switching and stuff like that. So I think the song was Twilight Zone. Doom, 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 doom. That one. And so I played guitar and keyboard on that song because I didn't have to do, yeah. And there was a chorus song also, Just What I Needed. Do, do, do. You know that one there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the keyboards on that one also.
Wow.
And so then because I played the keyboard player became addicted to me. And it really became addicted to me when there was a song that he wanted to sing. He wanted to sing the lead on this song, and he didn't have the range. He couldn't hit the high notes. And so I said, no, that's not how you do it. And this is how you do it. And I showed him how to hit the high notes. And he goes, fuck it, why don't you just sing it? And I said, okay, I will. And so I just kept doing more and more and more. And eventually the band decided that they wanted me to be the front guy, which meant, so the keyboard player was pissed off because I'm playing keyboard parts. The bass player is getting pissed off because he was the front man and the lead singer. And the band wanted me to be the front guy. And I didn't go there to do that. I went there just to play rhythm guitar.
Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. This is Church on Sunday. I want to show this guy because he's a rock band guitar player. As soon as we see him and get a little taste of him, I'll end this thing. But oh no, I thought he was in here before this. Where is he? Oh, there he is. That's him.
Okay.
Playing, I don't know if you could see that. That's a rock band guitar.
Yeah, that's not a real guitar. Yeah, that's a rock band guitar. Yeah.
And that's what this guy would come, literally sit in with every band that played there 7 nights a week for the entire set and just try to act like it was part of the band. Fuck, what is wrong with fucking people, man? It's like crazy. I never nobody ever like asked him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I never, surprisingly, never got like aggressive with him. Get the fuck out of here. But I don't. What do you think he got out of that? 7 nights a week doing that.
He probably had a girlfriend in the front row somewhere who just like she just liked seeing him up there.
It's just crazy, man. Like he wouldn't. It's not like he was even getting free drinks at the bar or anything. Like there was nothing in it for him.
Is that what imposter syndrome is? When you pretend that you no?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I think, should he have been institutionalized or something? Like, did he bring in his plastic guitar?
Well, how is that? Okay, now how is that any different than the people that go that need to dance like right in front? You know, they need to be like part of the band, so they're just dancing. You know, or grabbing your hat and the only difference is he's like, I don't want to touch your guitar. I got my own.
Plastic little kitty guitar, and he's got
but how is that different than anybody else who pretends they're really connected to the band?
They don't. I don't know. I've never really had people thinking. Well, the tambourine girls. We've had the fighting tambourine girls with two the girls who show up with tambourines, and then they want to be the tambourine girl, and they end up in a cat fight. But it's just dressing up like the rock star and like acting like he's actually playing something the whole fucking time on this kitty guitar with his dark sunglasses on, like the Keith Richards rock star thing. It's just what goes through your mind, and if he did it once, I might understand. Well, that was just a thing he was doing for a night, but he did it 7 nights a week. He did it with us every time we were there for 10 years. Like, when we were there a lot, every fucking gig that guy would show up. He was always there doing the exact same thing.
Now, I'm going to assume that for the most part, when you play guitar, you're like a no-frills guitar player. You don't do the theatrics. You don't do the windmill and the splits and the jumping. Did you ever go through a phase that you wanted to do that, or that you actually did it and just outgrew it?
No. There was one time, just for some little kids, I did a split.
Okay, how old were you, and did you how long?
I was at least over 40, somewhere, maybe 45.
And you recovered?
It was difficult getting back up, I'll say that. I don't know what
I'm trying to think. The last time I did a split, I was in my 40s last time I did a split, and I realized that was when I did it. I realized that was going to be the last time I was ever going to do a split. I knew it. Right then and there, I knew it.
I did it because there were lots of. It was a family thing. It was on the beach, and there was a young hottie with her kids there. She's got like some fitness spa or something. She was a friend of the girl singer, and she was up front, and she had all the little kids, and all the little kids were wanting to play my guitar and all that kind of stuff. I was letting them play the guitar, hit the strings, and all that kind of stuff, and then I was just showing off for them. And for some reason, I don't know, I just jumping around. I did a split, but usually I would just be like very stoic, like just there. I was in the background. I never wanted to be the front man or have much attention on me unless there was a girl I was flirting with or something like that. But that would always be off on the side. But whatever. Yeah, that one time I did a split, and then literally I needed help getting back up. Like, I don't remember who would get help and lift me up off the floor, but I was
all of a sudden your guitar became a cane. I got it.
Yeah, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get out of this? So am I stuck here for the rest of the show? Because yeah, and that's probably why I was. I just don't feel comfortable with all that kind of jumping around.
So, because you grew up with me, you saw Hendrix setting his guitar on fire and breaking it up. You saw Pete Townsend doing it. All the musicians that were like, who was it knocking over the drum set? Was that Moon? Was that Keith Moon? Who used to just knock over his. Emerson, Lake and Palmer used to. Was it Emerson who played the keyboard? Keith Emerson. Yeah. Used to stab his keyboard Hammond with a knife, and then he had to fix it the next night, so he could use it again, so he could stab it again, and you didn't go through any of those phases. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to do it at least once. I wanted to know what it felt like, but I didn't have the money to break a guitar. I only had like the one guitar in the beginning. Then I finally got 2 guitars, and the one guitar was like getting dented up and everything, and I actually dropped it and it fell down the stairs. So it wasn't gonna last much longer anyway. So I broke that one up.
To answer Sunshine here, did you ever play with your teeth?
Yes.
I never would ever even think about that on stage. I did when I was a teenager try to figure out how that's even possible, and I couldn't. I mean, for me, there's no way I could use my teeth as a pick and do anything like that came close to sounding like music. I can't imagine, because picking technique, it's not just this,
Right.
it's drumming. It's you got there's alternate picking, there's all kinds of sweep picking and different kind of techniques in there, and try to apply that to your teeth and not and not have your lips dulling strings and all that. I just couldn't. I did it once in like my friend's basement when we were fucking around, but no, to me that's not musical.
I did it 3 times in the shows. And that's because back again when I was younger, my teeth were jacked up. I had one tooth that was broken, and so the other tooth was like longer anyway. And so it was like having a guitar pick in my mouth because I had this one tooth that was just longer than everything else.
But still, you can't like boo with it, like, right?
Yeah. Well, it took practice, but I did it, yeah. And then I did it behind the back thing with the guitar and stuff like that.
How do you alternate pick with a tooth? I just can't. I can't imagine if it's stuck in your mouth. And how do you alternate pick up and down with it?
Well, I didn't alternate pick, and I did a lot of. I only did it for solos, so I would play.
I think
solo
Hendrix
like that
used his tongue more than I think Hendrix probably used his tongue.
I did try that, but when I got to the E string and it felt like it was going to cut my tongue off, I went no.
Yeah.
So I went back to the tooth.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I did. Now, the one thing that I tried that I thought better of, and I got my ass saved. You know, the guitarists that would take their guitars and they swing it around like this, the neck, and grab it. I did not realize that the bolt needs to be wider so that the guitar doesn't just fly off the thing. I didn't know. I didn't think about that at all. And so I just had the guitar, and it was like I was like, and somebody was doing this. They were in the audience. They were doing this. That's what they wanted me to do, because I did this and I did this, and they wanted to see that. So I went, all right, and I had never tried it before, and I went. And went to do it, and I could see the strap dangling like this, and my guitar was going like that. So I grabbed the shit and I went and started playing. I was like, fuck. And now I'm playing. I'm trying to get my strap around my neck. So I'm like doing this to get the strap back over my neck so I can hammer and then put the strap back on.
Yeah,
And
before the Rockin' 45s, I was almost exclusively a bass player for most of my professional career. So there were times when I was a teenager when I played guitar and might have been tempted to be a little flashy, but I knew that I'm not blessed with any grace or athletic movement. I was not born with any athletic prowess. So, and that was very evident by the time I was in junior high school. Like that flashiness was not going to be part of my personality.
I could dance. I was a very good dancer, so I could dance and play guitar. And so, like I said, I never wanted to be a front man. But when I looked at the band, I watched the band once. I had a very long guitar cord. This was way before I had wireless. I could get like 40 feet from the band and still have my cord. And I went out into the audience and I was playing, and I went up and I saw the band, and I looked at how boring we were to look at, not to listen to, but to boring. My bass player was just no nonsense. He was like no frill. Keyboard player, the drummer. And I was like, there's nothing to look at. So I started dancing. I started doing, stuff, imitating dance moves. I watched other guitar players that nobody knew. I would watch them and be inspired like that. Because I would do like the Chuck Berry thing, but everybody knew the duck walk and shit like that.
There's just looking at my YouTube channel. Luke Beasley has got this video out. What the fuck? Republican drops gay porn bomb. I gotta save that for watch later. Republican
add to your gay porn collection.
Well,
you gotta add it to your gay porn bomb collection.
No, but it's just like I'm trying to figure out, like, is the guy admitting that he watches gay porn? Like, what's a gay porn bomb? Republican, and I don't recognize the guy who's in the. It's oh wait, he starts talking about Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly for some reason in the thing, but there's no way is what it says on the thumbnail, and there's a picture that looks like it blurred out, pixelated picture of some Republican senator or congressman who I don't recognize looking at gay porn. Well, that don't make him a bad guy. What makes him a bad guy is all the crazy shit that he's backing. But if gay porn makes him happy, more power to him, right?
That makes him happy.
How the '90s music changed the world? No, that's not what I want. I'm just I'm looking for a different song than that one we usually play to end this show today. Something I could play. I've already gotten enough copyright strikes, I think, for one day.
Yeah, I think you have. I think, as a matter of fact, I think at this moment, I think that's probably going to come out of my paycheck now.
Yeah, definitely will. Right
That's
out.
what I thought.
Out.
That's what I thought. I'll let my wife know that I won't be able to take her to anything fancy on Valentine's Day because the copyright strike.
Shorts. I don't want to play shorts. I have my own shorts. I'm wearing shorts.
So speaking of shorts, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Paint party.
You taking your wife?
No.
So
my wife knows I'm not Mr. Romance anyway, and let's just say she hates my guts. So why would she want to spend Valentine's Day with me?
Tradition?
You know what I'm saying? No, it's not tradition. Tradition would be never to see me again or something. Like she hates my guts. Doesn't your wife doesn't hate your guts? What kind of wife doesn't hate her husband's guts? That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that she likes me all the time, but but we do, we're Valentine's Day. We decided that we're going to do carry out. I'm going to go to a nice restaurant, but we're not going to eat there. We're going to bring the food home because we have things that, she has things that she likes to do for Valentine's Day, and it's easier to do them at home than in public.
Things she likes to do for Valentine's Day, like go out to dinner. Well,
No, we don't go out to dinner. We always
go to Wine Express and buy wine using the link on the Mind Dog TV podcast link for wineexpress.com.
So I'll probably pick up wine or champagne.
Not that cheap shit that the Rev drinks.
Oh no. As a matter of fact, the Rev is out. I have to go to the store. The Rev is out. Look at that.
Well, you could go to Wine Express and they'll deliver it. Why do you have to go to the store? Go to Wine Express
because they need it by Sunday. Today's Wednesday.
Can you get? They won't do.
Look at that.
Really
just like Jesus makes. It's empty. Look at that. If it's gonna be like no bump on Sunday unless the Rev can get some more wine.
He's bumped.
Bumpless Sunday. Bumpless Sunday.
Man, nothing. Dude. I got nothing. Be like that. You don't have to say the words. That's a little sexy, isn't it? That'll get us in trouble.
Now, and I'm trying to think there. No, I'm not going to say it now because I just realized how sexist it sounded, so I'm not going to say it. Because I'm not really a sexist, but sometimes I'm curious about things, and when I ask the question, it makes it sound like I'm sexist or homophobic. It's not. I just curious.
You're bi-curious?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Well, Ron's not here, so the whole country is so bisexual now. Not me. Me and my beard. We're not bisexual. It's just this whole country. The country is.
Right. I'm good. I'm not going to be on the show on the 20th, just so you know.
All right. Me neither.
I'm going to be in flight.
Maybe I'll take the day off. How about that? Or maybe I'll just. I think I probably have somebody already scheduled for that, so I can't take the day off. But
now I will, and on the 24th I won't be here because I'll be in flight.
Now, why can't Liberty do it in flight? If well, you can't do it from a plane, right? You can't.
Right. Even though I have a hot spot, I can't do it from the.
What are you, Frank Zappa? I got a spot that gets me hot, and you ain't been to it. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I have a a 5 gig hotspot, but I can't use it on the plane.
All right. I'm going to end the program with this instead of that Turn On Your Radio song. I'm going to end the program with this. It's time to wrap things up. You guys have a great day. I apologize to everybody who came expecting to hear from Liberty DeVito. I think next Wednesday, but I haven't got that confirmed yet. Later on, I'll be talking to Jeff Altman and see if we get him confirmed. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But as of right now, we don't have a guest scheduled for tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to play this. Didi, you have a great day. What is this called? Does it say?
Evangeline, original music by Matt Napo.
That's right. That's what I'm going to play. All right. Have a great day, everybody. And thanks.
And walk around nappy.
This isn't bad.
I know, but you got to do it anyway.
All right. How do I solo this?
Would you open up my eyes? Would you show me the truth? Or would you leave me in the dark? We were young and we were fools, wasting all our youth and learning who we are. Yesterday was meant to be, it made us into you and me after all. When all that's left is honesty, the seed that we were supposed to be after all. Oh, but all the pain and all the sorrow, they don't have to see tomorrow. We can leave it all right here and now. And all the drama, all the madness, they don't have to lead to sadness. We can rise above it all somehow. In my mind and in my heart, to the ending from the start, only one thing ever made me clean. That was you. Evangeline. Yesterday is dead and gone. We're still here and moving on after all. Hold on to your memories, just embrace them tenderly after all. 'Cause after all is said and written, I'll still be the one to listen when all you really need is just to share. After every word is spoken, all the rules have all been broken. When the fire dies, I'll still be there. When all that's left is peace in tatters, I know only one thing matters. My eyes are open wide and I have seen. It's just you. It's just you. Evangeline.